Hi, it's Nicole. Welcome to Ergonomic Fitness on IC Digital. Today, the sun is pretty bright. We're doing a 30-minute total body workout with weights. For beginners, we're doing 10 exercises, 90 seconds work, 30 seconds rest, and a 8-minute warm-up and 2-minute cool down. You're ready, I'm ready, let's go. So before we start with our workout, we are doing a few stretches, about 8 minutes. I'm covering every muscle group, especially if you have short muscles. It's always better to stretch in the beginning to prevent injuries. We're starting with a downward dog. I would like you to use your weights, especially if you are not able to put your hands all the way down onto the floor. So use some weights or a chair or stool or step stool so that you can have your hands a little up higher. Important is that your back is completely in line. Head, shoulders and hips should be completely straight, and I want you to shift your weight towards your heels. You should feel stretch in your hamstrings, in your calves, and in your back. So we're holding this for at least 20 seconds. Make sure your chin is relaxed. So if you do this exercise in front of a mirror and you see yourself hyperextending your neck, use something higher where you can have your hands up a little higher. Okay, I'm going down, and I would like you to sit in this position, and then I would like you to rotate for 20 seconds. So this stretch you eventually feel in your shoulders and your upper back, eventually in your front quad. We're switching sides. There's my instructions flying away. Okay, so on your knee, I'd like you to have one leg in front. If this mat is not supportive enough, you can double it so your knee is a little bit more cushion on your knee. So we're doing this. Draw your navel in, squeeze your glutes, and I would like you to shift your weight forward. Keep your heel underneath your front heel underneath your knee. Draw your navel in, shift your weight forward. You feel stretch in your front quad. We'll do this for 20 seconds. We'll switch. If this is difficult to holding on to your leg, I recommend using a chair, or you can use your couch or your bed where you have your leg resting on this chair, couch, whatever. Because if you hold on to it, you might have too much stretch. If your quads are really tight, I definitely recommend lowering your leg a little bit. Or you go forward and then have your leg resting on a step stool if that's already too much, if you feel already too much tension. Okay, so done with this. We are going back into this position. You're on your forearm, same position that we had before with the previous stretch, and then you're reaching over. Keep your elbow underneath your shoulder. You feel some stretch in your arm and in your all the way down into your waist, and you reach Oh, the sun is gone finally. I can look into the camera. Okay, switch sides on your forearm. Keep breathing. Okay, and for this next stretch you eventually need your mat. Roll it up because we eventually need this height for to support your heels. We're doing a frog, so put your feet on top of a mat, your heels, put your hands down and then hold this position. I show you from the side. Put your hands on the floor if you can, if not, use your weights. So keep your back completely straight, chin tucked in. If that's easy, you are very welcome to put your feet on the floor. You should feel relaxed in this position. But if your calf muscles are too short or you have not enough ankle flexibility, that's what's causing the tightness. So use a mat to elevate your heels a little bit. We have 1 minute, 40 seconds left for our next stretch. On your stomach, one arm is out, and then you rotate. We're going over to this side here. Seconds. And then we'll switch. Okay. Come up. There's my paper. I'll be right back. With my instructions. Okay. So we're using, we need some weights. I'll explain the first exercise. We're using weights and we're standing on one leg. I want you to raise one leg to at least a 90-degree angle in your hips and in your knee. Hold this position. Then we're doing biceps curls. So if you have a problem with your balance, aim something slightly in front of you. That makes it a little easier to hold your balance. And if standing on one leg is challenging, you can bring your leg down, and as you do your biceps curl, lift up your leg. So that would look like this. Okay? If it's easy, just keep doing biceps curls. And then we're switching our leg. Keep your leg that you're standing on slightly bent. Good, we'll switch again. 3 or 4 reps, switch. Pay attention on your leg, don't drop it. At some point, what people do is when they lose their core strength, they drop the leg and then we arch. So we prevent this arching to keep, that's why I want your leg completely up high. Okay? So if you drop your leg and you hyperextend in your neck, it just causes some, you're just putting stress on your discs in your neck. So we have a 30-second break. After this break, we are doing squats. Chin tucked in, head, shoulder, hips in line. Have both feet facing forward. Inhale and exhale as you come up. You can have your feet slightly facing out. We have about 50 seconds to go. Make sure when you squat, you have your knees behind your toes. I mean, when you do a squat, you should be able to raise your toes. Okay, so if you're here, you're putting too much pressure on your knee. You have to shift your weight back. Okay? So a reason why keeping your knees will be difficult, keeping them behind your toes, one reason could be you not have enough ankle flexibility, or your calves are too short, calf muscles are too short, or you're lacking in your in back strength, in your core. So pay attention on your form, do this exercise in front of a mirror, and correct yourself. Relax. That's why we're doing these stretches in the beginning, to loosen up your joints. Our next exercise, and to increase flexibility in your muscles, of course. The next exercise is a lunge. So if the weights feel too heavy, you are always welcome to drop them. Keep 50% weight on each leg, very important. So when you do a lunge, your knee, your hip and your shoulders should be completely in line. I don't want to see this, so keep your front knee also back. So your knee should be also in line with your ankle. Okay? And you go down. Draw your navel in, squeeze your glutes. As soon as you draw your navel in and you feel tension in your stomach, you feel tension in your front leg. So you always want to make sure to keep this tension in your front leg, in your back, on the front of your back leg. If that tension goes away, we arch, and then you're putting too much pressure on your lower back. So always make sure, draw your navel in, knee, hip and shoulders are in line. I'm switching legs. So inhale as you go down, exhale as you go up. We have 25 seconds rest. Please rest if you're getting tired. Rest for a few seconds and then continue. Most important is your form, the quality, not the quantity of your lunges. We have 7 seconds to go. Relax. Our next exercise is a single leg stand again, what we did before. Raise one leg, 90-degree angle here. And we're doing a biceps curl and an overhead press. Okay? If that's challenging, start here and move your arm up and then bring your leg down. Okay? The reason why we're doing single leg, why I'm doing a single leg stand with you, is you can't cheat and you're only supposed to lift as much weight as your core is able to hold. So if you see a lot of the times people just doing biceps curls, we're too heavy with the weight. When the weight is too heavy, we arch. We're putting a lot of stress on our back and our neck. So if we do this exercise in a single leg position and we're raising one leg, you can't cheat and your core is 100% engaged. So we're doing a core exercise at the same time while we're working our upper body. So biceps curl, and then you can either have your palms facing up, or you can do a biceps curl and your palms are facing each other. So you can do a few each side. You can switch legs again. Make sure that it's even, so you have done as many reps on your left leg as you have done on your right leg. You probably notice that one leg is stronger than the other leg, so one leg feels a little bit more balanced. I encourage you to even though it's more difficult, encourage you to work on your weaker part. So do a few reps on your good side, and if your other side is not as good, try to do a few more, or practice a little bit more on the other side that's weaker. So only then you're making progress. What is the next exercise? So using our weights again.
Rep 5.
Leaning forward, chin is tucked in, arms in front of you, and we're pulling, alternating. So it looks like this, here and here. I do not want to see any movement in your back. Keep your chin slightly tucked in. Make sure your knees are behind your toes, so you should be able to do this easily, okay? So this exercise, you of course should be feeling this in your shoulders, but as well as you feel it in your glutes, in your lower back, and in your quads. So this position, I like this position because we are working your core, working your core and my core, your core and my core in this position. Next exercise is on the ground, on the floor. We are working our lower back, glutes, hamstrings, and our chest. For this exercise, you can eventually use a heavier pair of weights because your chest muscle is pretty big compared to your biceps. And if you lift something overhead, it's also more challenging. So this exercise is on your back. Keep a 90-degree angle in your knees, hips all the way up. We're doing a chest press. So I have my palms facing forward. And we're doing a few in this position. And then we'll switch and you have your palms facing each other. So don't drop your hips, hold your hips up the entire time. Rest for a little bit. We have 15 seconds to go.
Relax.
We are standing using our weights. We're doing a lunge. One leg in front, one leg is back. Head, shoulders and hips are completely in line. You can slightly bend your knee. And I would like you to pull the weights up as if you would be pulling up your pants, okay? So keep your front knee in line with your heel and you're pulling. So you feel, of course you feel it in your arms, shoulders and your triceps, but at the same time you feel that a lot in your front leg. And then we'll switch sides. Bend your back knee, draw your navel in, squeeze your glutes, and then you pull. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. "45 seconds left. I'm switching legs again. Switch. Make sure that you breathe. Ideal would be if you exhale as you contract your contract the working muscles. So you exhale as you pull your arms up. Okay.
Relax.
Done with this exercise. Then we're doing a plank. This might be the only exercise where you don't need any equipment. I'm coming a little bit more forward here so you can see me better. Side plank, either here, okay? Let's start in this position.
Rep 7.
On your hand, and then you raise your leg. Make sure this is all in line. Few seconds, breathe. Now we go down on our forearm and then coming up with our hips, have both legs on top of each other. We're holding this for a few seconds. So this works your obliques, all the parts in your abductors in your hips, and your lats in your your upper arm, this area here. And we're switching sides. On your hand here. Keep your elbow slightly bent, don't lock it. Keep breathing. Go down on your forearm, have both legs on top of each other, hold this position.
Relax.
Very good. What's next? We're standing. On one leg again. Using either both arms. We're doing triceps, curls, or if you have a heavier weight, like twice as much, about twice as much that you are using. So you could use single, use both hands, and you're going this way. Make sure you don't drop your front leg. Your one leg, the leg that's up. That's what I meant. So over here. Keep your standing knee slightly bent. You feel that in your glutes. As soon as you lift up your leg, Your glutes are activated, your core is activated 100%. There's no way that you can mess up this exercise. It's your neck is neutral, your lower back is neutral. Good. We'll switch legs again. We have 20 seconds left. If the weight gets too heavy, drop one weight or put one weight on the floor, and then continue with one.
Relax.
Okay, great. We have one more exercise to go. Actually, we have two more exercises to go. We're going on the floor. Holding on to one weight. Keep a 90-degree angle in your knees, in your hips. Push your
Rep 9.
Push your spine completely on the floor. And I would like you to put tap one leg on the floor. So keep your spine, your cervical spine neutral, chin tucked in. You may want to use a pillow for your neck. So that makes the exercise a little easier, and it's easier to keep your spine down. Keep this tension here the entire time. Keep breathing. Ideal would be if you exhale as you lift up your leg. Exhale, exhale, and then you switch. And switch. We have about 15 seconds to go. Keep moving. And then
Relax.
we have one last exercise. We're kneeling. One arm is up. Legs are a little wider than hips width apart. I prefer that you have one weight have one weight here facing, your palms facing forward, and then you're going down here and up. Okay? 45 seconds each side.
Last rep.
And up. Exhale. Exhale. Keep your arm up the whole time. It's not a big movement, you feel it in your obliques. And after this we have a 2-minute cool down. For those people who are new to our channel, if you like this video, please click like and don't forget to subscribe. And we also would love you to become a Patreon. We'll switch sides, 45 seconds. Check out our Patreon's website to support us for only 6 cents a day. That would be amazing. Exhale as you come up. Exhale. We have 20 seconds to go. Good job. Palms facing forward. 5 seconds to go.
Relax.
And then we have a 2-minute cool down. We're doing a child's pose. So I would like you to kneel. You can have your forehead on the floor. Sit back all the way towards your heels.
Cool down.
Breathe. If you have a hard time relaxing in this position, if something feels too tight, please use a pillow or cushion that you can put on top of your calves so that you sit up a little higher when you do this exercise. And then lay down on your back and stretch out, legs a little wider. Stretch your arms up, stretch your legs out, and breathe into your stomach. I have a beautiful blue sky. That's amazing. You can close your eyes. Feel your breath coming into your stomach. If you want to, you can put your hands on your stomach and breathe into your stomach. Feel how the air is coming in and your tummy is going up and down.
Workout finished.
Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for working out with me. If you have questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you and answer them. If you're interested in having a coaching session with me, check out my website, nicolehansoldcoaching.com, and you can schedule a discovery session with me. It's a 45-minute session where we can find out what's stopping you, what slows you down, what's in your way to lose weight, why you can't lose the weight, or why you have digestive issues or a lack of energy. We can talk about this. Yes. Anything else, leave in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in our next workout video. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.